Hey playmates, welcome back to our clubhouse. And yes, I had to bring out the black lipstick because we are going to be talking about a very bizarre and spooky book that I just read by James Patterson. James Patterson is one of my beloved and all-time favorite authors since I was little, since I began to read. I remember reading middle school, The Worst Years of My Life. I love that series, and it was a series that my mom also read with me. And I would go to Target and I would get the exclusives when they came out. They would have like the maps and posters in the books. It would be like the Target exclusive, and yeah. And then of course I love Alex Cross and some other James Patterson titles that are like one of my top favorite books. I will do a whole video on that shortly for you guys, explaining one of my favorite books of all time, and it's written by James Patterson. But we're going to be talking about this gem right here, and it is The Death of the Black Widow by James Patterson and J.D. Barker. So it's kind of like a collaboration, and it says one kiss and you're dead. And I'll read the back for you guys. It says she destroys the men she loves and escapes every time. The most dangerous killer James Patterson has ever created is also his most seductive. All right, and to me that is definitely true. He definitely writes like femme fatale women, but this lady was crazy, literally crazy, insane. Reading it just was so bizarre. Like every page something was happening. You did not get bored. Even though this was 500 pages, it was worth every page. Like I did not get tired of it at all, and I just loved it so much. So it had me gasping the whole way through, literally, and I was reading it so fast. Like, it's probably the fastest I've read a 500 page book ever, other than Haunting Adeline. I read that pretty quick too. But yeah, and it was funny because I kind of had my trepidations on reading it. I was like, I don't know. I was feeling for fantasy. The fourth wing is, just on my timeline. And also, I couldn't wait to get to book 2 of Mist and Fury in the Akhtar series. And I was reading back-to-back Lisa Jewell books, and and there's like mysteries. I love mysteries, don't get me wrong, but I also just love fantasy. So when I have back-to-back mysteries, I'd be like, man, I want fantasy. So I was a little like nervous. But child, this gave me everything. It was like all genres in one. It gave me like romance and spiciness. And when I say spicy, I mean like bizarre spiciness. And then it had like horror. It had some thriller in there. Of course, mystery. It had like gruesome murders that like was just so bizarre what was going on. And it was just crazy, y'all. I'm so happy I read it. I'm happy that my mom picked this book out for me. She saw it in the library and she's like, see if you like this. And I'm like, oh, okay. She knows me better than I know myself, apparently, because that literally always happens where she picks out a book for me to read and I absolutely love it. But it wouldn't be a book that I would pick out at first, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I'll read some more of the back for you. It says, on his first night with Detroit PD, Officer Walter Bryan is called to a murder scene. A terrified 20-year-old has bouillioned her kidnapper with skill that shocks even Walter's veteran partner. The young woman is also a brilliant escape artist. Her bold flight from police custody makes the case impossible to solve, and for Walter even more impossible to forget. By the time Walter is promoted to detective, his fascination with the mystery gray-eyed woman is approaching obsession. And when Walter discovers that he's not alone in his search, one truth is certain. The deadly string of secrets didn't begin in his home city, but he's going to make sure it ends there. Wow. Like, I don't even want to spoil it for you guys, but this book was just crazy. Crazy. Wow. Wow. It's probably one of my favorite books that I read this year, easily, because it was just that good. And just the fact that, you know, it's a book that I found on my own or my mom picked out. It's not like a, you know, book on TikTok or anything. Like, just makes it like that more special, because I feel like it's my own little secret and my own little find. So yeah, this book was just insane. I feel like it just had no limits, no boundaries. Everything that you could possibly imagine happened in this book. Yeah, so it's definitely creepy. I would not I know, just, yeah. Wow. It was very irky, very eerie. It was just really like spooky, but not like in a ghost spooky, just like in a very murderous, frenzy, serial killer situation. And yeah, the tone of it was so amazing. It was just wild, you guys. I would just really definitely recommend this if you're looking for like just a wild ride, a wild time. And yeah, wow, this was just done so good. Wow, it was just so thrilling to read, and it just reminds me again why James Patterson is one of my favorite authors. And he really just like pushed his limits here. He just made this as wild as possible. So if you're just looking for like a crazy wild read with like just insane characters, this is for you. Like, it comes to a point where you can't trust anyone. You can't even guess what's going on in this book. Like, how everything just tied into each other. And oh man, like, if I could turn one book into a movie, it would be this. Like, I would love to see this as a movie, because it was just so entertaining. Like, I literally, while I was reading this, I really was turning the words into a movie and had like a whole visual thing going on, and it was just crazy. So definitely a 5 stars. Definitely probably going to go into my favorite books that I read this year, which I'm going to be making pretty soon. Just kind of like telling you guys maybe like my top 5 or top, I don't know how many it's going to be, like top 5, top 10. Maybe it should be top 10 of this year. I think that's good. Top 10, yeah. So that's going to be coming out soon. But I definitely, I wouldn't recommend this to everybody, because some of y'all are, you know, kind of squirmy, and you just may not want to read something so gruesome and gory. But if you like gory stuff and you like things to like freak you out, then I would recommend it to you. But I definitely wouldn't recommend it to everybody, because that's not everybody's thing. But I love creepy stuff. So yeah, I like blood, I like gory stuff. So I love this book. I loved it. 5 out of 5. So once again, it's just a James Patterson and J.D. Barker, and it's The Death of the Black Widow. I don't know, I'm just doing it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, this book I was reading at the tail end of my very first 24-hour reading vlog, which will be posted soon. It was really fun to make, so hope you guys check that out too. And thank you guys for watching Playmates. Bye.